Hello, Dominant Heron. I'm Kreutz, and in today's Raid Shadow Legends video, we're going to be talking about non-personal rewards CvC and how to maximize it efficiently, especially as free to play. So, the first thing I did when I woke up on this CvC morning was I ran a couple of Classic Arena and did whatever was pertinent energy-wise on that. I always do it, whatever's pertinent energy-wise on that CvC morning. This time it was Spider because we've got a Newt fusion going on, and I run it at, even though there's a 2x going for it, you run it at 1 times because you'll half your CvC points if you run it at 2 times because they haven't instituted double the rewards for CvC, just everything else, which a little silly, but it is what it is at the moment. We've just got to roll with it. And then, so I do those first just to get the passive generation going. And then come in and grab my clan quests. I grab one of each just so everyone can have ample opportunity to get those higher tier quests and more gold. I've got plenty of gold as is, so I'm not too worried about um, trying to be greedy. But I mean, just every clan's different. I've been in clans before this where there there weren't many people hitting higher tier quests, and so if you're in that sort of situation, act accordingly to your situation. No judgment, no worries. Let's see here. What's next? All right. Well, I guess just from this screen is easier to touch on everything. As you can see, I haven't run any tag arena. I didn't do any tag arena last night. I didn't run any faction wars, and well, I'll show Demon Lord in a second, but I've run my harder or my brutal and my hard Hydra keys before today, and I leave the easy just in case there's a clan quest that I want to take that's Hydra specific, just to give me 4 keys to go ahead and hit that milestone and get that completed with little risk of failing it. And then talking about clan boss, I hit the top 4. Oh my god, that's 2 days in a row. The other day, I got an ancient from my hard. No, I can't get to it. I got an ancient from hard, and then I got double sacred on Ultra Nightmare. It was nuts. But yeah, um, just to get as many points as possible, and get those. You still get shards from hard, so I would try if you have time. I mean, obviously if you don't have time to manage doing 4 keys a day, hit what you can. Um, Make sure you get those keys in because that's some good CvC points. But yeah, that's what I'm going to cover this morning. If you can see where I'm at right now, yeah, I haven't done all that much because just woke up, just did the bare minimum so I can get on with the other things that are important to start the morning. Shower, breakfast, whatever you have that day. That's more important than raid. So I will come back later and I will show you the progress that I've made and the points that I have accumulated. I am not planning, since this is not a personal rewards CvC, I'm not planning to do any booking. No, I'm not going to send anybody. Um, I'm not going to pull any or forge any gear. And I'm not planning to get anybody from fragment summons. So, and I might run some Minotaur with gems, but I'm not really planning to use all that many gems either. I guess I'll talk artifact enhancement. You can see I haven't done you know, practically any, because I waited till today so you could get so I can get all the points from rolling gear up. Uh, and I'm going to go for this first one since there's going to be 3 artifact enhancement events in this fusion. I'm just going to go to this first champion since I don't really care about the ore at the moment. If it was a like an ancient shard, then I would max it fully out because if you're gonna go for this ward, I feel like it's just might as well finish it out. Um, Especially if you're getting a clan quest that has you maxing out an event or getting the final reward for an event. Artifact enhancement, I feel like is pretty good as long as you've got the silver, which I always do. The dungeon divers doesn't look too bad. It's only at 30,150, so 1,050 points a day. Um, if I can, I'll try to get the ancient shard as well, but we've got champion training going as well, and I've only gotten 3,200 so far because I'm real short on champions after the Path of Light event drained me pretty well. But I would like to try to go for this legendary skill tome, but we'll see. The fusion will take priority. But yeah, I'll be back later and show you my progress. Also, real quick, I forgot to mention that I collect the refills the day before. Well, pretty much every day, but especially before a CvC. I collect them an hour or two before reset so that I have quite a bit of time to go ahead and use these as more fuel for the CvC plans. All right, it is later. It is 38 minutes past reset. I've had 12 hours to put up CvC points, and I decided as a sort of benchmark test to see how many CvC points I could put up just using the resources that you get from your dailies and your advanced playtime rewards. Granted that I saved the 15 Classic Arena tokens and 10 Tag Arena tokens from the day prior, and that I hadn't used my crypt keys before CvC started. So those are all the resources that I put up. I didn't use any of the expiring rewards or anything in my inbox. I didn't use any gems either. No Call of Arbiter or anything like that, just to give us a benchmark to see how much CvC points you can put up just doing your dailies, which 47,981, which is pretty good. I'll get quite a bit more using up all the energy. In terms of the fusion, I've got 755 points from the Spider Tournament. If I had started from on the first day, 755 points in one day of just using your daily energy, 3 times that you've got over the 2,250. So you would be just fine just using your dailies. You wouldn't have to use gems and whatnot to complete that. So it just requires, grinding, every 6 hours or so, um, get that consistent energy building up. I like to keep it below 130 because you do end up getting much more energy. I'll start using the energy in my inbox now, but I typically only will pull if it's below 10 days, just so I don't start eating into future energy availability, because I've got quite a few areas. Clan, I haven't used any of the clan shop either, but I'll have plenty to get me over the line. Dungeon Divers as free to play, I feel like it's the hardest one to get. I'm half of what I need daily on a 3-day to get to 3150. You need 1050. So still got a lot more work to do. Um, but I thought that would be pretty good to get a benchmark just to show what you can get on just like daily play. So I will check back in later. All right, it's the day after CvC, so let's go ahead and wrap up the video by talking about my final points tally and some of the math about how I got there. So we click in real quick, see my points contribution at the end was 181,711 points. All right, back in Excel, I decided since we got that first day benchmark on what you can achieve with your daily amount of resources to calculate energy outside of what you get daily. And then I'll give you a breakdown on the amount of resources that are available and points that you can accumulate from Faction Wars, Classic Arena, and 3v3. So I had quite a bit of energy from various tournaments, the Champion Chase, there's a 3v3, Classic Arena. The weeklies was rolling over, so I used 2 pots from that, and then Call of the Arbiter, I used 330. Pretty much all this energy was devoted into running Spider, and then the 560 gems ended up pretty much pumping all that into Minotaur, getting Theodore up to 50, and now I've 6-starred him. As you can see, I've tallied up the energy spent as 3,010 outside of daily availability. You can see the sum of the green sources here, and then the energy from gems is calculated here. All right, and then so if we look at CvC and the amount of resources that you can use that are from Monday and Thursday. Monday if you hold them in your inbox prior, and then Thursday because of the rollover that night before CvC is going to end, you can dip into Thursday's resources. So you can't hold any Faction Wars keys in your inbox, but you can hold your 15 Classic Arena and 10 3v3 Arena tokens in your inbox from Monday, and then you've got the Tuesday and Wednesday amounts, and then Thursday you can pretty much use all of Thursdays as well, as granted that you can hit those quest benchmarks in that short amount of time. I imagine most people have to slave. So, but yeah. So Faction Wars, this points per level, showing that I did level 21 for all my Faction Wars, and then per medal, I'm in gold 5, and for 3v3 I'm in silver 4, so I get 37 gold bars per win, because the way they calculate it is they give it per medal points, CvC points per medal and per bar. All right, so for Classic Arena you get 20 points per medal, and then you get in gold 5 I'm getting 4, so that's going to be 80 per win. And then 3v3 it's going to be I calculated if assuming that you're able to win all 3 fights in the use of a token, but that might not always be the case. But usually during the beginning of the week, if you run a meme defense and drop down in points, you can pretty much get all 3 wins from every single token, and at least I was able to. And I'm in silver 4. I don't know if it's different in the gold tiers, but anywho, so 37. So the math here is you get 5 CvC points per gold bar you win. In silver 4 you get 37 per win over the 3 fights. That's going to come out to 555. If you calculate the amount of available over the course we saw here. We got the 3/8 going to be 24. Multiplied by 1,000, you get 24,000 from Faction Wars. So you got, what was this? All right, so yeah, here. You've got 15 medals over the 4 days from your daily, and then your playtime, you get 15 tokens. And then 36 is assuming that over that 48 hours of CvC, you're able to have 36 hours of passive accumulation, able to keep that down because you get one token per hour, so you got 4 resets that are possible in there. More likely you're gonna get 2 or 3, but still that should be enough. Um, I've been running one arbiter as my defense for, I don't know, like a year or more because I'm able to put in a lot of classic arena work because I haven't maxed my Great Hall. Maybe I'll fall off after that, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so that's assuming 36 hours of passive accumulation. I took off 12 of the 48 because, sleeping or, other things in your life that's gonna preclude you from putting in that work, but able to get 8,480 CvC points from that. And then 3v3 is amazing. It's so we got here the 10 from your inbox the day before, and then 20 on the 3 um, other resets, and this will get you 70. Multiply 70 times your 555, you get 38,850. You add those all together, you've got 71,000 just from pretty much free resources that you're able to either earn or just given in the case of your faction wars and the 3v3. You're given 10 a day. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I did end up doing more gems than I really wanted to. I would have preferred to save those for a personal rewards, but I decided that I wanted Theodore sooner rather than later, so that's why I put more gems into this. But yeah, yeah, is that the video? I think that's the video. We'll just call it there. Thank you for watching until the end. Consider doing the YouTube things and have a great day. Cheers. Oh dear. The video is over. This is the end screen. You can go now. Bye.